Beneil Dariush might be set to get his wish in facing a top contender like Charles Oliveira for his next time out in the octagon. According to Dariush, the UFC is in the preliminary stages of booking him a fight with Charles Oliveira for later this year. In an interview with The Schmo, he revealed that apparently the UFC is targeting a May bout with Oliveira, saying, "UFC was originally like, hey, what do you think about fighting him in Brazil? And I was like, can I get a little bit more time? Turns out my MCL was torn. I didn't know it was that bad. It was before the fight with Matus Gamrot. But it wasn't like super bad. I just had to wear a knee brace. They said, okay, yeah, we'll do February. February turned into March, March turned into April. Now they're talking about May. I've been waiting for a while. It kinda bugs me because I think I might get passed up again." Neither Dariush or Oliveira have fought since UFC 280 in October. Oliveira lost in the main event against Islam Makhachev, while Dariush continued his streak by defeating Matus Gamrot. Dariush has been calling out all the top names in the lightweight division, including Dustin Poirier and Oliveira, since his last win. He has been knocking on the door of a title shot for some time now and feels like he has been overlooked, given he has racked up an impressive 8-fight win streak. If Dariush vs Oliveira comes to fruition, the winner could get the next title shot against the Makhachev-Alexander Volkanovski winner. Current featherweight champion and double champ hopeful Alexander the Great Volkanovski has spoken out recently, saying that he believes Islam Makhachev is underestimating him ahead of their championship bout at UFC 284. Speaking on Israel Adesanya's YouTube page, he said, "I'm effing tiny. I've always been short. That's just how it is. Even the featherweights are taller than me. But you can see in his face, like, that guy ain't too big. I've seen that on plenty of people's faces. I've seen that on my previous fights, my last 4-5 fights. But that face quickly changes when I'm in the octagon. Give me 10 seconds with him. That face changes real quick. All of a sudden, that size doesn't matter. All of a sudden, my footwork, where's this guy at? I'm in a puzzle. He's already giving drama. Then I put my hands on him. There's another problem. Then they try to grab a hold of me, and I'm a little brick effing wall. There's another problem." That's when you see them start to crumble and be like, F, what have I got myself into? That's exactly what's going to happen with Islam, especially the way he's looking. I can tell he really thinks he's going to be way too strong. Whilst a lot of people might take comments like that as cocky or overconfident, coming from Volkanovski, who is known for calling it how it is and not exaggerating or blowing things out of proportion to sell a fight, it seems like a fair assessment. Volkanovski has plenty to be confident about. He has never lost a fight in his UFC career, and his one professional loss came at welterweight a decade ago. There are a lot of angles to this fight, and calling a clear frontrunner is a tough call if you consider all the variables and weigh up each fighter on their records and perceived skill levels. A bantamweight title fight between reigning champion Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo is apparently being targeted for the upcoming UFC 287 card on April 8. Although no contracts have been issued or signed at this stage, apparently the fight is targeted for UFC 287. But Sterling has said he's still dealing with a torn bicep that requires additional recovery time and rehabilitation before he can return to action. If Sterling gets cleared to fight, he is expected to take on Cejudo in April. There have been a lot of rumors going around about potential interim titles and who will fight for the belt, will Aljamain be healthy, etc. It appears we might have the closest thing to concrete news about the future of the bantamweight championship belt. Sterling looks for his 9th win in a row overall and 3rd consecutive title defense after previously defeating Petr Yan and TJ Dillashaw. While Cejudo makes his first appearance in the UFC since 2020, when he abruptly retired and relinquished the bantamweight title following a win over Dominic Cruz. Cejudo had previously reigned as a 2-division UFC champion while holding both the bantamweight and flyweight titles. Now, the Olympic gold medalist in wrestling seeks to reclaim the title with the fight against Sterling. While there is no official setting for the bout, it feels like this is the fight to make. Who have you got taking the W between the King of Cringe and Funkmaster? A lightweight banger is headed our way, as the always exciting Bobby Green seems set to take on Jared Gordon at the April 22 event. Both fighters are looking to bounce back from equally difficult but also different losses. Green was knocked out in the second round after putting on a great performance in the first round against Drew Dober in December. Gordon lost a razor-thin decision to rising star Paddy Pimblett, which was met with a lot of outrage from MMA fans. Whilst neither fighter sports a flawless record, with Bobby Green 10-9-1 in the UFC and Jared Gordon at 7-5 in the UFC, Both fighters are gamers that put it all on the line, and this feels like it could be a barn burner. What's your thoughts on the matchup? That's it for the MMA news of today. Thanks for watching Undisputed MMA. Please like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to keep up to date with the latest in MMA and the UFC.